Good afternoon, you're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. Well, before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at your headlines.
President's Chief of Staff and the State Timber Corporation Chairman remanded until the 9th. Customs seized gold worth 11.3 million rupees smuggled from Mumbai to Sri Lanka. Kaluthara Colombo bus operators launch a strike action. 2 Sri Lankan Airlines flights to be delayed due to bad weather in India.
Into one of your leading stories now, an order was issued to postpone the court case lodged by the Attorney General against former Minister Basil Rajapaksa and former Director General of the Department of Divinagma Development Kitsiri Ranawaka until the 17th of July. The order was issued by the Colombo High Court Judge Gihan Kulathunga. They are accused of allegedly misappropriating funds of the Department of Divinagma Development. The Cost of Living Committee has recommended that the price of a 400-gram packet of milk powder be increased by 20 rupees. The chairman of the committee, Minister Mahinda Amarveera, said discussions with the consumer affairs authorities are underway in this regard. With that, we move on to more local news. Bus operators along the Kaluthara-Colombo route launched a strike action today.
The operators charged the strike has been launched in protest against inaction with regard to an incident where a bus driver was stabbed. According to our correspondent, nearly 275 buses have joined the strike. The bus operators are calling on the authorities to arrest the perpetrator of the crime. The victim of the incident is currently receiving treatment at the ICU of the Nagoda Hospital in Kaluthara. Our correspondent added that commuters have been highly inconvenienced by the strike action.
Customs seized 4 gold biscuits smuggled from Mumbai to Sri Lanka illegally.
The value of the gold is 11.3 million rupees. Customs officials said the gold weighed 1 kilogram and 66 grams. The customs officials discovered the gold concealed in a passenger's clothing. Customs are conducting further investigations into the incident. 2 suspects were arrested for engaging in a moonshine racket in Kodigalakanda Reserve in Gaul. The raid was conducted by the officials of the Special Task Force and the Excise Office in Gaul. The officials have also seized equipment used in producing moonshine. The suspects will be produced before the Gaul Magistrates Court today.
In some weather-related news now, a house at the First Mile Post along the Kandy-Uduvela Road has been damaged by a fallen tree.
According to our correspondent, vehicular movement along the road has been disrupted. The area residents charge that there are many unsecured trees in the area. The Department of Meteorology forecast the prevailing rainy conditions to enhance from today. The department warns heavy falls of around 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in western, central, Sabaragamuwa, northwestern and southern provinces and Anuradhapura district.
More in local news now, President Maithripala Sirisena has instructed President Chief of Staff Dr. I.K. Mahanama and State Timber Corporation Chairman Piyasena Disanayake to be immediately interdicted after they were arrested over bribery allegations last evening.
The head of state instructed authorities to take strict legal action against them and pointed out that it was due to the government's policy against bribery and corruption and the establishment of independent commissions that these violations had come to light. The President's Chief of Staff and the State Timber Corporation Chairman were arrested at a 5-star hotel in Colombo last evening by the Bribery Commission. Speaking to Newsfirst, the Commissioner of the Bribery Commission, Neville Guruge, said the duo had first requested a bribe of 560 million rupees and then negotiated it to 100 million rupees. They were arrested when obtaining a bribe of 20 million rupees as advance of the negotiated bribe. The pair have been remanded to the 9th of this month after they were produced before the Colombo Chief Magistrate Lal Ranasinghe Bandara last night.
An accident had occurred in the Udaganava area on the Higuragoda-Madaragiriya main road. This accident was a result of a head-on collision between 2 motorcycles. According to our correspondent, 2 people who were in the motorbike travelling from Higurakoda to Madirigiriya were injured. The injured have been admitted to the Higurakoda District Hospital and the Madirigiriya Base Hospital. Police have ruled excessive speed as the cause of the accident. The Madirigiriya police are investigating the incident. A body of a missing person was discovered in a canal in Deyanlavalakandi this morning.
The deceased, named Anurashanta, is 43 years old. The victim had fallen to the canal at around 8 last night. The police found the body near the Kandy courts following a tip-off received. Our correspondent in the area said this is the 3rd similar incident reported in the area.
Sri Lankan Airlines says 2 flights will be delayed due to the prevailing weather condition in India.
According to the Bandaranaike International Airport, the flight which was scheduled to fly to Cochin in India at 7:35 a.m. today will be delayed for 5 hours. The flight was rescheduled for 12:30 this afternoon. The manager on duty at the airport said the flight which was scheduled to fly to Chennai at 8:35 this morning was rescheduled for 10:10 a.m.